Dr. Jenny here at Head to Toe Sport and Spine Therapy, and today we're going to be talking about back pain. One small part of why you might be having continuing back pain is core engagement. Are you keeping your core engaged? And what that means is all the muscles around here are nice and tight when you're doing any activity, when you're walking, when you're sitting, rolling over in bed, all those types of things. Now, why would somebody not have their core engaged? Well, it's because we tend to sit a lot as a society. And what we do is we start off sitting, we have some nice good posture, and then after about 5 minutes, you start to loosen up all the muscles, and maybe you slouch this way, maybe you lean forward like this, and this becomes a habit. Your core is nice and unengaged now, the muscles are not working at all, and then you stand up, and it becomes a habit to not re-engage these muscles, and that's really important to have these muscles engaged to not have back pain. So I'm going to go through 2 different exercises to help you become aware of this issue and how to make it better, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is when you're standing, I'm going to stand here on the side. So I want you to try and stick your belly as far possible as that way. This is what we call an anterior pelvic tilt, right? I'm sticking my belly way that way. Now if I come the other way, now I'm doing a posterior pelvic tilt. Now right in the middle, that's neutral, okay? And this is a neutral pelvic tilt, and this is where you want to be doing all of your activities. So another way to make this neutral pelvic tilt happen is if you were to stand and my feet are shoulder width apart and my feet are firmly planted in the ground, and I want to try and screw my feet into the ground. Now you'll notice my feet aren't actually moving. My knees start to rotate out a little bit, and when my knees rotate out, all of a sudden my glutes back here are engaging, and it brings my pelvis back into this neutral pelvis. Now at the same time, you also want to make sure that these muscles right here are nice and engaged. And what do you want to do? You always want to be prepared for a belly whack. Imagine someone was going to come along, they're going to hit you in the tummy. Okay, we want all of this engaged. All right? Now here we're going to start with a very basic way to engage your glutes. You're going to lie on the ground. Let's start with this first. We're going to go through that same exercise. So here I am lying on the ground. Now I'm going to push my belly up towards the ceiling. Okay, that's an anterior pelvic tilt. Now I'm going to push it down. My back is totally flat. That's a posterior pelvic tilt. Halfway in between, that's neutral. Now we want to be able to always hold this position. And part of having core stability is having your glutes engaged too. So I keep my feet flat on the floor. I get in this neutral position, and I want to lift up. And I really want to poke and make sure I'm feeling these glutes activate. Check both sides. Make sure that when you do this pelvic tilt, shoulders stay on the ground, and you really feel this activate. Another way to bring awareness to this is to take a ball like this, okay? And have you're pushing up with your legs. And as soon as you do that, your core is becoming engaged. It gets into a neutral pelvis. You'll notice you have maybe just a tiny bit of space under your back. If you feel the muscles in your abdomen, you'll feel that they're nice and engaged. And this can be a good exercise to just reinforce to you how to hold that neutral pelvis. Okay? Then, when we go back to standing up, we will get back into this nice engaged core. Feet are forward, but my feet aren't actually going to move. We're going to screw them into the ground. That's going to engage my glutes. It's going to bring my pelvis back. Make sure these are all nice and tight. Now to make sure that our glutes stay engaged when we're walking around, okay, here we have this to hold on to. Now we're going to practice just doing a little bit of this, just these forward lunges. If you have a dowel to hold on to, it's always nice. Come down this way, come back up. Down this way, come back up. That helps to reinforce your glutes being activated. If you continue to practice this and make core engagement automatic, you will have it will help with your back pain, help it to make it feel a lot better. Thanks.